Hello and welcome to Good Soil. I'm Chris. Today, I want to talk to you about Delphiniums. Now, Delphiniums are a plant I just absolutely love. I'm in my Delphinium bed right now, looking over the plants. However, Delphiniums are a plant either most Americans haven't heard about, or they've forgotten about, or if they have heard about Delphiniums, they're just not too familiar with growing them. So I want to take a little bit of time today, talk to you about Delphiniums and the best ways to take care of them. Now, Delphiniums are mainly perennials, like this English Delphinium I have here, but they also come as biennials. I have a Mediterranean species called Requenii. Now, you think it would hate the winters up here, being it's a Mediterranean species, but I overwintered it here, and it's doing extremely well. I'm actually really surprised. I thought it was going to die, but it's doing really, really well. Lastly, Delphiniums also come as annuals like Pacific Giants. If you go to your local nursery and you do happen to find Delphiniums, typically what you'll find is just a tag. It'll say Delphinium with a color underneath it. I almost guarantee you these are what are called Pacific Giants. Pacific Giants were bred by a man named Frank Reynolds back in the 20s and 30s. And he was looking to breed a strain Delphinium that would come true to color from seed, just like the parent plant. But they're also annuals, and most Americans that have tried to grow Delphiniums that I've talked to, the plant doesn't come up the next year. This is most likely why. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just the way they were bred. Now, Pacific Giants and species Delphiniums are the only Delphiniums that come true to seed. You can get seed from the other hybrids, but they won't come true to the parent plant. You either have to take a cutting or split the plant. Now, taking care of your Delphiniums. Your Delphiniums will like good sun, but if they can avoid sun during the hottest part of the day, so much the better. They also need good draining soil, because what will happen is if they sit in soggy soil, something that we call winter wet, what will happen, your Delphinium roots will rot and can get crown rot, and what happens, your Delphinium will just die. So keep them in good draining soil. Now, every spring or anytime you get a new Delphinium, you're going to want to fork in 2/3 of a cup of bloodfish and bone meal. A good 10-10 food will work. I've even used tomato food, and it's done extremely well. And if you feed in the spring, that should last your plant all season. Now, when you're watering your plant, water it regularly. But when that main flower spike is either starting to form, it's coming into or it's in flower, keep watering that plant. After main spike is done, if your Delphinium has laterals, or you just happen not to cut off the laterals, those will come into flower after the main spike. After the main spike is done flowering, cut it down to the foliage. If you're looking to get a second flowering in the fall, cut that Delphinium right down to the ground, leave about 1 inch, and hopefully you get that second flower in the fall. The plant won't be as high, but you get a nice second flowering. Another thing that will happen in spring is your Delphinium plant's going to want to throw up new shoots. On average, you'll get 10 to 20 new shoots, all potential flower spikes, way too many. So on a young plant, leave 3 shoots, and as your plant gets older, you can leave 5, as many as 7 shoots. Now, this is very important, very important. You're going to want to stake your Delphinium. I use 3 5-foot canes, and as the Delphinium grows, I run string between the canes. I bring it up the cane, because you don't want that flower spike in the plant to sway a little bit with the wind. What you do not want to do is you use a single stake and stake that flower spike to the stake, because what will happen, your flower spike will break, and you risk splitting your crown down in the bottom, and you'll get crown rot because water will get in there and your Delphinium will die. Now, Delphiniums are a plant that we all really need to grow. They're a wonderful plant. I wish they were growing more. I really hope I've inspired you to have a go at Delphiniums, having a go at growing them, because they are really a wonderful plant to have in your garden. So until next time.